welcome back. We're going to devote this episode to the Amana Colonies and their German food history. The Amana religion was actually first started in 1714 as an offshoot of Lutheranism. It has a more emphasis on biblical doctrine and individual piety. But due to extreme religious persecution in Germany, they were actually driven to the United States in 1843. They finally settled in Iowa, forming the Amana Colonies, which is a place on the National Historic Register that you can go visit today. And just like the Hutterites that we learned about last week, the Amanas actually modeled themselves after the early church, forming a true communism in which no one owned anything and yet everyone had all of their needs taken care of. So we're actually going to look at two recipes from the Amana Colonies, which my mother had in this cookbook she picked up when she went through the Amana Colonies herself. So let's go ahead and get cooking so we can try these out. Make sure to pause for each of the next two recipe cards for both recipes. Combine your egg and milk in one bowl and your crumbs, salt, and pepper in another. You're going to dip the pork chops first in the milk mixture and then into the breadcrumbs. The Amana Colonies in Iowa lived a true communal life. They were almost completely self-sufficient, generating their own power with wind, water, and horse. They also made lots of their own goods, including furniture and clothes. They were able to do this until 1934, when the Great Depression hit them so hard that they had to actually form a for-profit organization just to survive. The corporation is still going today as part of the Whirlpool Corporation that bought it in 2006. Next, you'll fry them in a pan of oil until just lightly brown. Place them in a greased casserole and cover tightly with tinfoil. Bake at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. One of the most famous businesses they made in the Great Depression was the Amana Corporation, which made household appliances. They not only made the first upright freezer, but also the first commercially made available microwave. For the cabbage, I went ahead and strained the oil I'd used to fry the pork chops and used it to saute the onion and apples. Add your red cabbage and simmer about 20 to 30 minutes. According to the recipe book, it's best if made a day ahead and then reheated. Originally, there was no cooking in the homes of any of the Amana citizens. Instead, they had large communal kitchens with its own garden, where the women of the community would come together and cook large meals for everyone to eat together. Men would sit at one side, women at the other, with the small children. The menus used in the communal kitchens were standardized across the entire colony so that no one would receive any more than anyone else. The menus would also change with the seasons. Alright, so we have everything ready, and just to be forewarned, our neighbor is doing some yard work, so you might hear some noise from that, and possibly our dogs barking. We're gonna try to
minimize that.
Yeah, we'll try to minimize that, but you know, when you have animals,
dogs
that's
will
what
be
happens.
dogs.
So we finished everything, and I am really excited about this one.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Oh, it looks good, it smells good, it's just, okay. But first, let's go ahead and do the first portion of our TCT test.
Okay.
I'm going to say in terms of time, I'm giving this I'm going to go ahead and give it a 5.
Yeah?
Yeah, you could easily throw this together for a weekday dinner after work and be fine with it.
Yeah, no more time than any other normal meal you would fix.
Give it a 5.
Okay.
In terms of cost, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4.
Okay.
It's just 1 apple, a jar of cabbage, which was really easy to find in the canned vegetable aisle of my grocery store.
Right.
And the pork chops, of course, that wasn't that expensive. So for a dinner, I think this is a win.
Okay.
So far.
Let's see what it tastes like.
Yeah.
If it tastes as good as it smells.
I know. I'm going to do the pork chop first.
Yeah.
And then, okay.
All right.
Let's do this. In all seriousness, I think that's the best pork chop I've ever had.
Yeah.
I really
I'll
think
give
that
you
was, frying it first. Oh, and Emma agrees, apparently. Frying it first and then baking it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's the perfect, like it almost tenderness along with a little bit of like.
With a little crispiness
with
from
a
the
little
pan.
crispiness, yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Okay, let's
right.
go for the cabbage. Now, we don't eat a whole lot of cabbage like we probably should.
Get an apple in there.
But okay, you know what? I'm really surprised because I don't typically go for like a sweet and sour taste or cabbage or like a sauerkraut thing. I really like that.
Yeah. It's sweet. Well, the sweet and sour.
Yeah,
but
it cuts the sauerkraut kind of taste for me.
It has a really good balance of flavor.
So I would say overall, for this month, I think this is my favorite meal.
This is really good.
I'm going to go ahead and give this a 5.
Yeah, me too. So
we've got a 5, a 5, and a 4 on this one.
4.67.
Wow.
That's one of the highest ranking ones we've done.
It
so
is.
far.
So yeah, so if you want to try any of the religious communities that we investigated, the recipes that we put up so far, I think I'd recommend this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Because this is awesome. And as far as this little cookbook, now this is quite thin. So, you're not, I wouldn't term it like a cookbook, per se.
Cook pamphlet, maybe?
Yeah, it's a cook pamphlet. But this was made more for tourists coming in that just want like a really quick souvenir. On the flip side of that, you can see it's packed full of recipes. It has some pictures. And it has some really interesting history about the Amana Colonies themselves and how they lived and how they ate. So I'm actually, judging by the recipes, I'm going to give this little tourist pamphlet a 5.
Wow.
Yeah, and now this was an older one, obviously. This was 1981. So probably can't pick up this exact copy at the Amana Colonies unless you go on eBay and maybe find it there. Yeah, you could probably find this on eBay. I'm sure though that they've got updated editions at the Amana Colonies. They do have a website, so you might want to check that out and see if you can't purchase maybe an updated copy of this. But overall, meal 4.67, cookbook a 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna call it a video on that high note, and so we can go ahead and eat. And thanks for watching, and we're actually not going to put any spoilers about what we're going to do next month. That's gonna be in a separate short video. All right, so on that note, we're gonna go ahead and call this a video. Thanks for watching, and make sure to stay tuned for the spoiler video that we'll be putting out soon, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, bye. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for future videos. In the meantime, here are 2 videos you may enjoy. Thanks for watching.